it's Mia from Mia Bell Natural Beauty Brokers. Welcome to another Small Business Masterclass where every month industry experts and champion brands share their top tips to create success for yourself and your business. We've all seen the rise of the subscription box. As a consumer, it's exciting to get something new, fresh, and exciting in your mailbox every month. But as a brand, it can be a very powerful awareness driver for your product. But how do you utilize that? Actually, how do you make sure that you're going to have a successful campaign with a subscription box? And we have a special treat for you this month. I actually have Madeline of Petit Vour. Madeline is the co-founder of Petit Vour, a luxury vegan beauty box and boutique. Petit Vour's mission is to provide access to the best animal-free products and make kindness the standard in the luxury beauty market. Everybody say hello to Madeline. Hi, Madeline. Thanks for joining us today.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
And I'm super excited. Actually, I've been looking at your tips, and they are phenomenal. I just really want to get in there and dive in for our audience. So let's get started with tip number one.
Okay. So the first tip would be working with a subscription box company that caters to your demographic. I think it can be really tempting to work with a whole bunch of different beauty boxes or subscription boxes, but any type of marketing is an investment. And so you really need to take a look at who they're marketing your product to. Not just age, but also, spending habits and also values. Do you think they'll be interested in your brand aesthetic and what you believe in? And not only love the sample that you're offering, but they'll also be likely to purchase more from your brand. We've worked with a number of brands that have also worked with mainstream subscription boxes, and they've told us their story, just how dramatically different it can be working with a mainstream box versus one that might be a better fit. You can really see the difference when you look at product reviews and ratings. And in our experience, we've had such positive results simply because we're a better fit. And we do try really hard to make sure that we're reaching out to brands that share our values and that will connect well with our audience.
And I think that's a really great point that you bring up because, of course, there are the much larger, and we know who those are, the much larger subscription boxes. But really, is that the right way to go as opposed to a more targeted approach with I know, Petit Vour, actually, you guys have made, you've made it for some brands. Actually, some brands have even skyrocketed after working with you. And not only that, have seen such an increase in ROI for their awareness. And it is just something that is special. And I can totally see that. That's such a great point for people to really understand.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The second tip I would love to touch on is just if you're considering working with a subscription box company, also look at the long-term potential of this company and look at their maybe bestsellers, top-rated products. See if you can picture your brand among them, because you really want this to be a long-term investment. You don't just want to see short-term buzz and conversion, but you want it to be long-term. So see how long brands generally stick around with this company. And you can weigh that into your marketing costs, and that'll help you determine if it's worth it on your end to commit to working with this subscription box.
Yeah, and not only that, but you have to see if they have that other angle. I know Petit Vour actually has an online shop, so that is another value-added element to a subscription box. So is that something that you also have to weigh in?
Yes, for sure. And when we first started, we didn't have an online shop, but as soon as we could afford it, as soon as it was feasible, we were like, we've got to have this online shop, because one of the issues with subscription box marketing is that it can be destructive to your brand for a number of reasons if you're not really careful. So it can be destructive, of course, like if it's the wrong audience, but also in our experience, we just have dramatically more positive results when we can get the products into our shop. So we try to not only bring in the 1 or 2 products that are featured in the box, but bring in more, because that brand needs exposure. And if you want this marketing opportunity to be really cost effective on both ends, you need the products to convert. So you need to showcase them beautifully, not just the month of the feature, but ongoing, that's how brands really get their return.
And it's something that is a relationship that's built too for the long haul. And I mean, I'm sure you work again with the same brands that actually perform really well for your shop.
Absolutely. We have so many brands that we've worked with again and again. So that actually brings me to my third tip. So my third tip is that when you're working with any subscription box, you want to make sure that the deal you're working out is completely fair. So, I mean, there's so many boxes out there, and I'm not sure what all of their contracts are like, but I would advise brands to just be very aware that some companies might be taking advantage of you, and they might be fudging their numbers, their engagement on social media, their web traffic. In this day and age, it's actually really easy to purchase any of that. You want to keep that in mind and maybe do some exploring, and you'll likely get a feel for whether or not that engagement is real and that you can benefit from it. It's something to really be on the lookout for, because this marketing opportunity is an investment, and you don't want to be paying for a partnership under the assumption that you're reaching 50,000 when you might be reaching 5,000. So it's certainly something you want to be on the lookout for, because in the end, your objective is to you want to be out there, and you want to gain new customers and fans.
So I know I've seen our brands work with Petit Vour, and we've had incredible success. So you guys are doing amazing things over there. Congratulations on your growth. I'm really excited to see what's coming up for you guys. And I know you have a fourth tip, and actually it is pretty darn important.
Yes.
If anything, I think it's the one that actually will help drive more of that awareness. So I'll let you go for it.
Absolutely. And I think, so the fourth tip, I think, is actually one of the most overlooked things when you're working with the subscription box. I mean, any type of marketing is an investment. And when you're working with a beauty box or any subscription box, you have wiggle room to cut corners. That's not a good idea. What I would suggest is that you want to go above and beyond with this marketing opportunity. When it comes to presentation and product quality, this is your moment to shine. So, I mean, you're reaching new potential customers, and all of these subscribers are excited to discover your brand, and this is your shot. So you want to put like your best face forward and show them, like, show off your aesthetic and show them your top-notch quality. Because if there's any variation from what you sell in your shop, they're not going to get that. And if you want them to explore more from your line, it's definitely worth the extra effort of, pulling all-nighters. We do that all the time. It's worth it. Like you've got to, because you have one opportunity to have a great first impression. So I would say, don't cut corners, go above and beyond. It's totally worth it, because a wonderful partnership, it's like a domino effect, because you'll have this happy feature. So, thousands of subscribers are like, oh my gosh, I just got this. I love it. New brand. I'm going to check out their line and see what else they carry. Next thing you know, they're buying from your shop. They're telling their friends. They're buying gifts. It's really great. So it puts a lot of positive attention on your brand, and it's worth it.
Madeline, are there any other, parting thoughts that you would have here for our audience at all before we wrap it up?
When you're looking at a subscription box, one of the things you need to know as a brand is, what can this box company realistically guarantee for you? Like, what kind of benefit is there for you? So not only do you want to know the marketing reach, but you want to know the likely conversion, and they should be able to provide you with some stats. So if you have a mascara that you want to feature, they should be able to tell you, this is how many we can expect to sell month 1. This is how many we can expect to sell by the 3rd month. and so on. And if you want to include that in the brand agreement, we often do. We'll include like initial wholesale order and all that, because I know that if I were a brand, I'd be like, the more info, the happier I'll be. So try to get as much information and as many guarantees as possible. And at least from our end, we have no issues whatsoever talking a whole bunch about a partnership, like before, during, and after. Keeping up the conversation is great. So I would say ask any question that comes across your mind. I would love to stay in touch. If anyone ever wants to connect with Petit Vour, follow us on social media at Petit Vour, just at symbol Petit Vour. We're very present. So any questions about our company or beauty boxes in general, I'd be happy to give advice or connect with anyone. So
Madeline, thank you so much for being on this interview with us and taking the time to walk us through how to have a successful partnership with subscription boxes. My goodness, you guys, I actually will make sure to put down Petit Vour's links down below, so you can make sure to connect with Madeline if you'd like to, or browse their shop, or even sign up for their subscription box, because it is phenomenal. If you actually love these tips, make sure you subscribe to the newsletter so you don't miss out on the next interview that's coming up, and also tips that we also shoot out in your inbox. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.